Welcome back to the Sure Sales Group Show, episode 33, and boy do I have a guest today. Barry Wright III is a VP at Videology, and Barry and I know each other back from high school. He's doing some next level things in the video world. We've had a chance to discuss some of the things we're doing, and I thought he could provide some valuable insight. So Barry, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself so we can get to know you better?
Awesome, thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's really exciting to be here. My name is Barry Wright. As Andrew said, I went to high school with him. We grew up in the same area, so Baltimore native. I work at Videology, which is a software company also headquartered in Baltimore that builds software for converged video advertising, which is basically you want to see the same ads that you see on your computer, your mobile device, your TV. That's what we put together. We do it for big clients like AT&T, Comcast, NBC. And so when you're watching an NFL game, you see that ad that pops up for 6 seconds for Doritos. That's the type of stuff that we do. We make sure that the right ad gets in front of the right person at the right time. We do it on a huge scale, 28 countries globally, billions of ad requests per day. And so it's a lot of math, a lot of science, a lot of programming behind it. And then all the same concepts come back down to how to make video advertising and content marketing work for brands across the world.
So that's why I wanted to talk to him a little bit. I'm saying, hey Barry, I'm just trying to get in front of people in Baltimore City and the surrounding counties. Here's what I'm doing. And he was able to kind of pick apart some of the things we're doing. And I thought it was a lot of valuable content because in every business, in any country, big or small, we all need to focus on some of these things we'll talk about, content, distribution, and have some strategy around it. So Barry, when I'm talking to home buyers and home sellers, one of the things I like to say is, hey look, we do video, and video is the way that you need to be communicating with people now on a big scale, and we use it to help leverage eyeballs on houses and get more clicks and get people's homes sold quicker, faster, more efficiently, more money, and that's why they hire us. So let's just hit the first one with content. We're creating content right now that I think is valuable, which is why I had you on.
Yeah.
What do you talk to clients about when they're saying, hey, I have something to say, I just don't know how to say it? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, totally. I mean, content is the starting point, right? If you don't have a good message to say, and if you don't have a thought out plan for who you're saying it to and why they need to hear it, you're going to spend a lot of wasted money with media. And this is what we're doing here, right?
Right.
It starts with really understanding who the audience is. You just said it already. It's home buyers and sellers, and they have very specific things in mind that they need to learn about, need to hear about, to trust you, right? Real estate is such a real relationship and trust-based business, and so that goes into everything from how you speak, from how the video looks. All those things add up as little bits and pieces to say, do I trust this person? Is this company going to work hard for me? And so just having good production value, good content, if you can't get that right, you shouldn't even be worried about the next 5 steps on the marketing funnel.
Gotcha. So content creation, and we've heard this before, and it makes a lot of sense. So like if you look around right now, we're looking at a guy holding a camera. We have lights in our face, so I've got a microphone on. It's kind of uncomfortable, but it's just what you have to do if you want to have the content, the quality of the content.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a critical step. I think a lot of people miss that aspect of it. Now, when you're dealing with big businesses, it's kind of easy for us.
Yeah, we don't even think about that, yeah.
I'm talking to some basic stuff in the grand scheme of things, helping people buy, helping people sell, rent, invest, how to not to make mistakes, how to get a good deal, how to make more money. Is there any tips and tricks that you think, because you've seen some of our stuff, what are some things we're doing right on content and where are we missing the boat?
Sure, I mean, so I've seen a lot of it, because we're Facebook friends, so I see a lot of your stuff come through the feed. I mean, one, as we've already talked about, you guys are doing great with production value. Everything looks professional, everything looks, it doesn't look fake, it doesn't look put on. I see faces that I know, I see people looking me in the eye and telling me what I need to learn. And so from that point of view, really, really great stuff. It's usually relevant. You guys do a good job making sure I don't see an ad for a house when I'm down on vacation in Charleston.
Right.
I'm not gonna worry about that. And then in terms of things you guys could maybe work on, you guys have a lot of great stuff. I've seen some like 5-10 minute videos that are really helpful.
Right.
I'm not watching that when I'm sitting at the bus stop waiting for my bus. And so I'd like to see you guys mix up ad length, mix up content length. You can get some punchier stuff. You guys do a great job on Instagram, and you can probably bring some of that same content over to Facebook.
Right. So you're saying no one's watching anymore? We already lost them because it's too long?
There's some people who really care about this stuff
that
you're going to get. And those
There's like 4 of you. Thank you.
Seriously, that's how it works. You build that audience up from 1 to 4,
Yeah.
4,000. But you got some hardcore fans, right? You have some people who love what you do, who care about the message, and are going to watch everything. And you're going to have those people hooked in every time.
Well, they're going to use us either way. So I guess I'm trying to break
Right.
into a new audience. So when you say punchier stuff, give me an example. Like we do these 5-minute video tours of houses, trying to show off the features and make sure people get it.
Yeah.
You're saying it might be more effective if I did a 10-second, 20-second?
Both, right?
Okay.
So think about how the marketing funnel works. You got people who are going to come in. You're trying to suck those people in at the top and make sure they listen to you the next time. That's going to be a lot easier with a really short piece of content. 3 seconds on Facebook.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
So what do I say?
Sometimes you don't even have to say a lot, right? Even a 3-second ad can just be a couple visuals. Can be your face. Here I am with Shore Group. Here's an awesome feature of one of the new houses we posted. And they can be scrolling through their Facebook feed, see that pop up. Hey, who's that? Hey, I remember that guy. I've seen him before. Oh, wow, that's a really nice bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. That's gonna have
Right.
brand impact, and I might even be interested enough to click on that and then watch the 30-second version or watch the 5-minute version.
So you kind of like monkey's paw it in or give him a little taste to try to draw him closer.
Absolutely.
He knows what he's talking about because he's doing this with billions of dollars for things on a scale that I'll never even dream about, at least in this decade. Maybe I don't want to sell myself short.
You'll get there, you'll get there.
So you do the math behind this.
Right.
So you're not just saying, hey, I think this is a good idea. You know that works.
Absolutely. We look at, at Videology, we look at thousands of different attributes about every ad that we see. 7 billion attributes a day, basically.
7 billion?
Yes, with a B. And, we can look through and see what makes people click, what makes people view the whole thing, what makes people actually go onto websites, click, buy, download, whatever it might be. And, doing that for 5 minutes, you either got them hooked already or you've lost them.
That's such a good piece of information. So just to all the people thinking about buying and selling out there, these are the people I consult with every day to try to figure this thing out for you and just for all of our clients, because if we can't bring value to you, why are you hiring us? If I can't keep, uniquely differentiate ourselves, our brand, our team, we're kind of worthless. Here's an interesting stat I heard Zillow put out yesterday. 89 million leads came in through Zillow alone. Well, there's only 5 million deals in the United States a year. So if we can get smarter about the content, that's really critical because we can pull in some people who are actually going to buy.
Yeah, that's super important. You look at those kind of stats, and that's true of almost every industry. The number of opportunities are far smaller than the number of competitors trying to win those opportunities. And so
Right.
things like hitting users with multiple ads over a longer period of time to build brand affinity so that when 3 months from now they are thinking about making a sale, they remember you and not somebody else.
Brand affinity. I want to write that down. I'm going to write that down later. Brand affinity.
And that's stuff you can measure, right? That's stuff you can see. Who's coming back and looking at my posts without me sending them?
Right.
Who's coming back and clicking on the website every month? You can start to look at some of those things and figure out, is your marketing working? And that's what we care about so much in Videology, and what you guys have done a really good job at is making sure you're not spending all that money for no return.
Right.
You talk about being more effective and efficient for your clients. That's where it comes in. It's short term and making sure that we're not wasting dollars, and it's long term in terms of having all those dollars build up into a longer kind of snowball effect that a year from now, 2 years from now, the number of people who remember you gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's awesome. So I hope anyone watching this is real estate or if in any product or service, this is the type of things you need to be strategizing on and figuring out effective and efficient ways to do it.
Absolutely.
Before we jump to distribution, one of the things that makes you such a great guest and just such a valuable resource out in the marketplace for everyone and why you're a VP at this amazing company is because marketing is math. It's trackable and measurable. And Barry was the guy in high school or like leaving kindergarten to go take calculus in elementary school. I'm not even kidding. So like this all makes sense. And I understand just the little window that I know what I don't know is so vast. And that's what you're shedding some light on. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
Distribution. So we make the video. I'll just tell you kind of how we do it. We do some of these shows. I'll do a basic one like, hey, we list a house. We take 6 or 7 pictures we think are good. We boost an ad to the people we think are most likely to buy it. And we do some more in-depth stuff here. I don't want to beat that to death because I've talked about it before. So we'll do just listed, and then if we have to do a price adjustment, and then when it's sold, and then if we do a video tour, we create it and we post it on Facebook, LinkedIn. We do some Google AdWords.
Sure.
So we're doing native Facebook, native YouTube, Google,
Yep.
LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Awesome.
What else? I mean, is that the right thing, the wrong thing, or
I think that's a great place to start. And I think for
to start? Here it
well,
comes.
hold on, let me finish, right? You know, a lot of people get too big for their britches really quickly, and I've seen, looking at some related people in the industry, people go out and buy local TV spots when they have no business or reason to do so, right? It's really expensive. They don't know if it works, and they haven't hit those other markers of content or messaging or quality. You guys are building up from the right place, right? Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn are really efficient. They're really easy to test and work with, and it's really easy to reach the right people. It's a great place for almost any small business or medium-sized business in any industry to start with their advertising. And I say that, even though what we do is actually, a lot of these other places like television and
Right.
Local advertising. But for most people who aren't doing $1 million, $10 million budgets, Facebook and YouTube are the gold standard because of the control, because of the efficiency. And so I think that's really great. You can always look to expand into other channels, especially in a relationship-based business like this, like Twitter, like Snapchat. Some of those things are a little bit more interpersonal.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't know if I want to be flipping through my Snapchat feed on a Friday night and then see an ad for
Right.
a house. That's not what I'm thinking about.
It's like,
11
hey, you're
o'clock,
gonna love
right?
this granite. Don't forget me. I know you're trying to connect with your friends, but you're gonna love this granite.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. Right?
Yeah.
So you're hitting people in the right place, the right context. When I'm looking at LinkedIn, yeah, that's really appropriate to think about business relationships, selling a house, all that type of stuff. And then Facebook, it's the interpersonal. That's still really where most people have the deepest one-to-one connections with people, despite Instagram and Snapchat. Those are more for like broadcasting my life.
Okay.
Facebook's a little bit more one-to-one. So that fits in really nicely. And honestly, for most people, I would work on making those better rather than adding new distribution channels.
So you're saying keep focusing on quality content, use Facebook, use LinkedIn, use YouTube, Google, Instagram. Don't worry about kind of blasting out to other distribution channels. That distribution's good. Focus on the quality.
Absolutely. And the only one place that I might consider looking is related websites, smaller websites that you might be able to probably buy through Google AdWords against people who are looking at home decorating, interior design, other kind of related industries and fields. If you hit very specific blogs or websites with that type of content, there's going to be, again, that same kind of match and the same kind of affinity.
Okay. Just to make sure I understand that, so if someone's on like HomeDepot.com or one of these related sites, I can have an ad that pops up on the side that says, hey, if you're looking to sell your home, we're probably the right team to do it because X, Y, and Z, and that would be effective.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do a little bit of that,
Yeah.
but I'm still trying to learn how to control that a bit more, and I'm nervous about spending $1,000
Right.
and then no one gave a shit about it because they were looking to buy a hammer and I was trying to sell them a house.
That's exactly it. That problem of advertising waste it's the biggest problem in the industry. People, running ads where people don't care, people aren't really looking to be advertised to. That's why Facebook and YouTube are really, really helpful because it's so easy to control those type of things and so easy to see if it's working.
Right. Well, I'm going to have you come on the spot. I want you to pick apart some ads we're doing. And if your house is on the market, please forgive me if he doesn't think we're doing a good job, because we're trying our best. But yeah, well, I have our Facebook page up. Take the controls, Barry.
Sure.
This is what it looks like when we log in.
Nice.
So
I like right away that the page is engaging. You got that great cover video. There's nothing on this page that screams out to me that you guys are doing something the wrong way, right? So
Okay.
I'm already in. I look at this. That's perfect. I'm excited to read more about the content. I'm trusting what's going on here. And so you guys, pass that bar.
So it doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck.
Okay.
All the great stuff here. I love the photos. The videos are great. Let's dig into some of these posts. This looks like this one's new.
All right. Now we posted that 40 minutes ago. So that house just went under contract. That house we sold in 2 days. So we want to let people know.
Very cool.
So we haven't actually advertised it. We just posted it.
And I like that. What you're doing here, right, is you're first going to put that post out there, see how it performs, get the people and the earned media. So that's the concept of people who are already in your network who are going to look at that post without having it paid for. Right? You're not going to have to advertise to those people, and especially again with this being a relationship business, those earned media views are so much more valuable in some cases, right? Because these are the people you already know about. These are the people who are going to share. These are the people who are going to spread the word to other people that trust them. So this is great. I like what you're doing here. I like that you can see 4 photos right away. I already know I can see more. I know where this is coming from. I got the phone number, got the URL here. All great calls to action. Only thing I might change with this is if there's a specific link that goes right to that listing, I'd have that there instead.
Okay.
Although I like that, in this case, it's you're also talking to people who are also selling, and they want to go right to shoresalesgroup.com. Let's go down here a little bit more. See, this one looks like we got one that has been boosted. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. So there's one that's got 1,000 people saw it because we paid for them to see it. So we got a little earned and a little paid
there.
there.
You can see that right here. About 1/3 of them coming organically or earned media, and then about 2/3 being paid. That's great. Love that. And here you got the link right to the listing. That's perfect. This is fantastic. And you got all kinds of stuff here. I'm going to jump over if it's okay.
Yeah.
To the Insights tab here. This is where, as I said, with Facebook in particular, you get a lot of great data. I'm not going to get too deep into your business here, but if we scroll down,
we're exposing ourselves on camera.
So these posts here, I want to take a look at this. This is kind of where you're going to get the meat of what's going on. This is where you can see what's going well, what's not going well.
Right.
We talked about measurement. Peter Drucker, what gets measured gets managed, right? So if you're not measuring this type of stuff, you don't know what's going on, you're not going to be able to make it better. And you guys are doing a great job of that with all this data here. Just looking through this, what really sticks out to me is this difference in the video posts. You see these 2 right here versus the image posts. Look at how much that is doing.
4,000 people,
3,000 people compared to 1,000, 2,000.
Gotta be video. It's gotta be video, people.
And not just reach, but engagement. Look how much more people are clicking on or reacting, or in particular sharing the posts. I'm going to click on this one. I think this one looks pretty awesome. Look at that. Look at those views, minutes viewed. This is fantastic.
So we posted that 2 days ago. There's been 600 minutes watched on that video. That's pretty awesome.
And what I really love about this one is 13 shares.
Shares are good.
Shares are incredible, and in particular here, if I'm talking about people who are going to take an action and maybe work with you in the future, it's friends of friends.
Right.
Those 13 shares represent those friends of friends. And so video is a shareable media. It's that sight, sound, and motion that gets people excited. I'm not that excited about sending a link to a website of a business to a friend. I am excited about showing a cool video. If I see a really cool rooftop deck, I'll send that to my friend. And that's going to be really effective here. So this is good stuff. I'm pleasantly engaged.
Ironically, and believe it or not, this wasn't planned. On my other monitor, I'm doing some direct mail. So if you look over here, this is the United States Post Office. I've highlighted all of Canton here.
Yep.
And to hit those doors in Canton, I have to spend $1,100.
Wow. Where
I spend, call it $50 on Facebook, and I'm getting 10,000 people to see it. So there's
and that's the value of these type of websites. Facebook and YouTube are going to get incredible efficiency on the delivery and the insights compared to
I don't get any insight
direct
there.
mail. Yeah, you're getting almost no insight. You're paying a lot, and I mean, let's be honest. How many pieces of direct mail have you thrown away compared to how many Facebook videos have you watched?
Well, I'm addicted to Facebook like a lot of people are, so I do watch a lot.
Exactly. You're much more likely to actually consume that content than a piece of direct mail that might get tossed out with the coupons for the week.
Right.
Not that there's not a place for direct mail, and it's part of the whole funnel, but video is where it's at in a lot of these cases, especially for such a visual business like real estate.
Yeah. Well, Barry and I talked for 2 hours at Panera Bread last week about this, so I'm trying to just glean a couple insights. So we talked a little bit about content, distribution. Barry's a trusted ally and a resource of ours. We're definitely going to have him back to dive deeper on some of this stuff. Before we do that, I'm going to implement some more things so Barry can be proud of me, because I'm not just going to listen. We take action on these types of things. And if somebody who's looking at billions of dollars of ad spend, I'm not sure if Videology does, probably somewhere in that ballpark, that's someone you want to learn from. So Barry, thanks so much for coming out. Anything you want to leave people with, or where they can find you?
Absolutely. I mean, so you can check out Videology at videologygroup.com. You can find me on all the social media sites. It's pretty easy. Just look for my name. Nobody else has the third. And I just want to say, what Andrew and Shore Group are doing is exactly what I would want to see from any business that I work with. You know, reaching out to people in different industries, learning insights. You know, Andrew mentioned at the top that we went to high school together,
Right.
and you know, Andrew was a great high school kid, but I don't know anybody else who has continuously improved themselves as much as Andrew has in the past decade.
Well, when you start low, you know what? You know what
Don't even try to downplay it. Don't even try to see. This is classic. You're so good at being humble and being, you know.
You're probably the only person who thinks I'm humble.
This.
But you know what? A joke I say around here is, because we're in these small offices.
Yeah.
Here's a funny joke. We leave you with this. Hey, you know what the biggest room in all of Baltimore is? It's a real estate joke. It's the room for improvement.
Oh,
okay, we got to get a little bit better around here.
I love that.
Is that lame? All right, man. Hey, I really appreciate it.
Likewise.
We'll get you back on the video again.
Happy.
See you guys. Hey, Barry, why don't you give them an oh, by the way?
Okay, I love these. So, oh, by the way, you know, I've lived in Baltimore 5.5 years. I'm still renting, but you know, I look at this stuff way in advance. You know, when I look for a company that I want to buy from or eventually sell from, if they don't have all of this going on, I'm not touching it. I know too much about the industry. I know too much about what can be done, and so if you know something's not up to the standard that you're seeing here and that we're working on today, you know, I'm not going to go for it, and your top prospects won't either.
Wow. So get with the program, people. If Barry's not doing it, do you think you should? He got 1,600 on his SATs, perfect math score. Was doing pre-calc in kindergarten. So thanks again.
Thank you.